Good morning, afternoon. Market's dumping. What about trade plan? Oh, no time to waste here. Like market's opening up in like 12 minutes. See what is going on. On the weekly. So on the weekly for me, everything rejecting under that weekly extreme here, under the value area low from that prior week. Super bearish. Market keeps selling off from that level, hitting all those lows, prior lows. Not able to melt, bounce here. So we melted the lows from half December. We're about to trade towards the low from end of November. Yeah, probably some bounce points, but overall I'll be looking for those next targets on the higher time frame. All right. Let's move myself here. Dude, I just got home. All right. So as always, levels, range low, value low from yesterday, EPSC from yesterday, value area high from yesterday at the 340s at the top, the tippity top, and then that range high from that session, which was basically the open from yesterday. Open is to be determined at the moment. As it stands, market is about to open out of range and value. So the higher probability will be that market's trying to trend. Oh, this is the most aggressive opening type profile can do. So if you open here, I'll be looking for the gap rules to be in play. I'll be watching the opening price. And especially that overnight, those overnight aggression levels, which we will get to in a minute. All right, overnight. Overnight. Let's see what we got. Same levels. Dragging my profile to today's profile. Markets. I still got 9 minutes to go, but we'll get a good clue of what the market's trying to do. So this distribution on the bottom here is going to be key to find levels to reject or to gain. So value area high, value low, extreme levels. I need to zoom in for this. Right, so we get the current value area low at 173. It's not much above it. It's basically gonna be, yeah, just probably overnight high. Just probably using the value area high towards the overnight high. Value might still develop a little bit in the last 8 minutes, we'll see. And then the value area low towards that low volume node here. At the 72s. And then for aggression on top, it's basically going to be inside of value. I see the bearish delta on top here, on top of the profile, at that high volume node, at the 150s basically. Now on the downside, this one's going to be more important. It's basically at the bottom here, but I do like it more inside of a high volume node. Seven minutes. Yeah, we'll see. We'll come back in like 5 minutes to that. It's more important. It's gonna be me trading with a bigger stop loss, and I want to be on MNQ. Trade 5 lots. Way bigger stop than yesterday. It's time to use my brain today. Let's see what we got here. Swing points. On the high, probably over the high, yeah. Basically swept, so this value area low is going to be a pivot point. Yeah, I like it. Gonna use it like this. Use that 876 right there. I still need more screens. I think I'm gonna buy some more screens this weekend. This is ridiculous. Trying to make sense to use that lower volume node. All right, you can see there's like a ton of buyers that stepped in here on 720s. So as long as that is protected, it's good for a bounce. If that flips, I just don't like it that close towards the range low from that session. I think this one is not a bad one. Like the more against like inside of that high volume node, under that value area low, the aggression here on top on the left side, which basically is at 835s. You can also see clear rejection of that level. So they're both basically valid though. What I might do is just copy one and put in two, because this is also a key level here. If that melts. But then again, it's that close towards, so just gonna confuse me. Let's just use one. 3 minutes till the open. Market is still about to open outside range M value. And just like that, levels change. Basically flips. Still going to use, I'm going to use that high volume node here. 853s towards 66, 67. Top side stays the same. And then if you trade inside of value key levels, it's going to be that 977 should be a level. Current POC is also good target. Trying to see if this makes sense what I'm trying to do here. Market's open. Still want to follow this level. As it stands, most bearish open. Got a gap to the downside. Small, but it's there, present. Opening price sells off immediately. It's good for a retest, still bearish. Once we start trading above that opening price. Not too sure how aggressive I want to be with a short. CVDs, they're buying this shit up. I'm getting absorbed too. Just need to see something real quick. That's an interesting candle. 650 on a point candle. Jesus, even a 60 point stop is tight as fuck. Right under that block. Do not absorb. Start stepping in here, absorption on top. At that open price, that has to go here. Thank you very much. Put myself break here. I don't want to see price trade under that opening price. Once we start moving back above extreme level, value low level, see some rejections, bullish ones, I hope. This is CVD, dude. Buying this shit up hard. This is a point of interest, of failure here. Gotta give it the room. The entry is too good to trail it tight. Like even if it's break even, just give it the room. If it pops, if. We are trading back in range though. Like I said, I don't want to see it trade below that opening price. If that happens, then this is very likely going to be an open auction. She has to go right here. This is a case to be made to add if we do bounce. I'm still buying this shit up. The question is, are they getting absorbed here? Because they're pushing it hard and price is not going. Price is not going. Opening price. I think position is cooked. No? Lifesaver? I'm almost. I should add. Jeez. Push to the level. Come on, Nasdaq, you can do it. Let's get it. This thing is gonna key level here too. 876s. If this goes, dude, she got legs. But at some point, someone needs to trail P&L. 1,500 bucks on 5 micros. Let's trail something here. She got legs, man. 976, basically value low. Overall, I'm expecting a move towards the POC. I could take partials just to take something in here. All right, I got 2 left. CVD is insane, dude. CVD is going through the roof. It's just the you gotta take something here, dude. The candles here, this is like a 760. It's 100 point candles. Yeah. So overall, the idea is for price to get back into prior value. And the range from yesterday is huge. So my extreme here is going to be the extreme on the overnight session at the 150s. So trading above that 876 is something I really like. Yeah, but at this point, I'm not trying to get out of the position because of one seller or I'm trying to hold the position. If I were to be trading way more aggressive, yes, I will definitely be doing that. Let's see what happens here. Should give it more room though. Or we'll add. What's this bullshit? Don't want to overmanage this. No, this has got to go. We need some more. Still looks good. $9.78 is going to be an issue. First 15 minutes. Don't want to be wicked out of here. If I get wicked out of here, I'm $1,000 on the day. SARS kind of getting weaker. But it's going up, so this is a level here, 977. Do it. Nasdaq, you are allowed to not do that. Are they gonna get absorbed here? Sellers pushing it hard on a CVD. If price pushes up, this is gonna be a level for protection, especially the low of that candle. I should trail the low of that candle. But I don't want to get wicked out, so I'm just gonna leave it at the value low. Come on, buddy. This is your moment to shine. Rejecting. Still looks good, but I want to see continuation above 36s. Otherwise, we are going for a little bit more of a retrace towards my stop. Saved by big trades. My stop is in the worst place. Probably just drops a little bit, gets some more liquidity, and at the same time, why would you give that back? Yeah, I'm fine with getting stopped out if it does it. That's a good trade. we can always re-enter. Hello, CJ. My stop would have been, I don't know, I have to look back. Exactly this. I do believe we get some news, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, jolts. Move is still valid, yeah. Could have re-entered too. Break a retest. If this confirms to be somewhat of a liquidity grab on the bottom here, regaining that range, I'm looking for opposite liquidity at 180s. At the same time, we are potentially getting back into value from yesterday. So if we get back into value, we could have value rotation towards that overnight value area high, overnight high, that extreme. Yeah, has to get above or back into value. I might be hands off until the news drops. Big candles. I might go for a quick coffee. I'll be back in 2 minutes. I'm not gonna push buttons until the news drops, so I'd rather do that. I'll be right back. Rejecting value? Dude, this wire. Come on, man. So from an overnight perspective, I don't want to get too bearish too quick, but it's not looking really hot. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? You think dump? Or do we get back into value? Like 1 more minute or 2 more minutes for the news. Dump. Okay. I think everything above that opening price is still good for a bounce. Also, from an overnight perspective, I don't want to short. I mean, I basically also always want to short under that extreme, but extreme this time is just that high up. Buyers were on the bottom here. So in theory, the idea I use, this should be the level for buyers to protect, and as long as price is above that, don't really want to short against that level until we break that level. It's a bit of an ugly situation down here. I should use the most aggression, so. No. That basically also was the level to use as support for that move up. News drop right now. Dropping back below that opening price is gonna make this an open auction, I believe, if I'm not wrong. See if they protect that level. And from a liquidity point of view, this is looking for more liquidity at this point. So this is not something I want to long at this point. First try was good. Second try is looking more sketch. Question is, what are the targets if we sell off here? See what their weekly is at. That's a lot of lines on your screen, sir. It's always going to be targets. That's not the problem, I think. But yeah, if we lose this level here, move back to 620s. That is a range low from the end of November. And then the next one is a value level. It's getting a bit absorbed here on the bottom. Not something I feel good with giving back profits here. So under that aggression level though, so this is, I could play it tight, but hasn't worked yesterday, so I'm not gonna do that today. Also, we just dumped 960. Dude, is that freaking 300? Nearly 260 points? Damn. Just a pullback, bro. Brutal dump. Where's my epic pin? So for me to short that level, I basically want to see more of an impulse down, basically create a new low, then potentially look for a lower high under this. At this point, this is like 300 points. It doesn't look like it, but it's 300 points on a 1 minute, or almost. So going short against this, the probability is too big for something like that, and that's going to be like 100 points. So yeah. I think this is where everyone gets trapped. So once price starts trading under an extreme out of value, so this is basically where the most aggression was outside of value. It's a dangerous spot to trade against you, even though I do it. I get burned to doing so. I want to wait for a regain of that level. Don't want to... They're buying it up. At least they're trying to. CVD is going up. Price going down. And then just looking from a higher time frame perspective. So let's say this didn't happen on price action. You sweep, you gain eventually. The next time you fail this, it's usually not the most bullish thing. I can be wrong so badly, but not something I want to fight here. Did we hit? Oh yeah, we hit like the value area low to the tick, then just dumped. Interesting. Was looking really freaking bullish up here. Someone was buying or taking profits. And they still are buying this hard until just now. I need to download some more music. Where's the always on top button? And that's something I want to enter on against. I get a range low from a weekly here at 618, 619. There's a shit ton of buy aggression on the lows here. Gonna get smoked. You get some entries on that move down. CJ. Don't really see much without being really aggressive on that level. Yeah, it's hard to be wrong. If you could have entered short anywhere. Just use a big enough stop. $20 business days, sir. That's a month. Is that earn to trade? Cause I had mine like 2 days. Via Rhythmic. I think the CVD is trading upside down. Maybe my screen is wrong, I don't know. Is it through Ninja Trader or Rhythmic? Because I saw they were having difficulties putting people alive with Ninja. That's why it was taking that long. Yeah, I think it's Ninja. Should have picked the Rhythmic, just Rhythmic. Works through Ninja too. I don't know why they just don't. Yeah, I don't know what the thing is with that. There is a difference, if I'm not wrong. Damn, 20 days, dude. $720. Again, a 200-point drop under that level. See if there's anything. See if there's anything of interest. So currently trading below that weekly low, back in value towards that value low from that week in early November. Let's see if there's something to note here. I foresee it just to melt towards the 160s. I don't see, I mean, obviously here 280s, I don't think it will hold. I mean, anything can happen. Anything can happen. Could be definitely a little bit of a short squeeze. So anything above 597 at the moment is bullish. That's something I want. Way too slow to do that. Should have been long already. And then use this aggression as support for that trade. Probably be break even in 0.2 seconds. Potentially continuation from this level, but then again, that's like the pullback in reference of that move down is just nothing. If it's trending, obviously. But I do want to see some more information, especially want to see if it is doing this. Still looks good above that level here. That 598. Only when price starts trading below, I'll be getting worried. And on a higher time frame, if I look at it at a higher time frame, I don't want to go long this. I want to wait for a pullback. But at the same time, these moves are that's the battle zone. If we pop 650s, it's very likely to go back to the 700s here. if I want to go short, if could work here, but I'm not the biggest fan. Kind of want to see somewhat of a manipulation from this move. Trap, trap, trap. This would be the tiniest pullback in the history of Nasdaq to then dump again 200 points. Manipulate, Nasdaq, manipulate, as you do well. Was that the manipulation? 0.2 millimeter pullback manipulation. Could have been it though. Could have been it. Looks like it wants to melt. Fumble the bag. It's not fumble the bag. Got IB close in 6 minutes. Dude, these candles are just brutal, dude. Gotta go along here and then just... This looks good though. Straight 100 points in profit. I mean, 50 points. 50 points. That's not bad. 55 points. Get 40-point wick, then dump it. This is brutal. There's no point in trading this. There's no point in trading this. I mean, it makes sense to trade it, but this is just, it's insane. These candles just destroyed so many people's accounts. You don't want to know. Should almost just enter on those wicks instead of the candle closes. Yeah, there's definitely uncontrol. Not something I want to catch. No need to, really. Just need to find a good short. But I was anticipating some somewhat of normal candles. This is just very hard to manage the way we trade, or I trade. It just looks so juicy to catch a bottom. Look at these candles. Like, if it goes, this is gonna rip for sure, but I don't care. It can rip all at once. From a higher time frame perspective, from my 15-minute, that says do not look for longs. So it's not even crossing my mind at this point. Or we regain 720s. If we do see buyers step in and we just see it, and we start trading about 720s, 700s, and get some longs, could be a quick move back up. Doesn't look like he wants to do it, but that's what I want to do for longs. And for a short, I want to see some normal candles. These two candles just destroyed the whole idea to go short. The wicks with some normal structure manipulation above this, we fail, trade back below. I'll go short for sure. Getting some absorption on the bottom here, but no seller stepping in yet. A buyer stepping in, my bad. At least on the aggression, I don't see bubbles. I want to see green bubbles. And then again, I'm not gonna long this. Does look juicy though. Long here and then stop below 73s. 27 pops. This is going to be a quick move. I want to see some upside because I want to short. I don't want to short against this here. I want to see more of a more pronounced lower high. No catching bottoms. Crazy session. There's something weird's going on here. I mean, weird. It's just people buying aggressively in price. Passive orders are ruling the aggressive orders. If this would have been different, and we are hitting some major lows though, in higher time frame, so it does make sense at one point that people are going to try buy. Or maybe they're just marketing out of their position. God knows. Bigger bounce might be taking some time. Patience, patience, patience. Trying to see here if higher time frames are giving some more information. I mean, just the levels from the weekly trade plan, just following them. I mean, Just need a 100-point stop. Not gonna lie, Nasdaq is a bit boring like this. From a CVD point of view, this is accumulation. Pullback. This is gonna be the first pullback. Normal pullback in like almost an hour. See if I can get something under that overnight extreme. Kind of want to get it a little bit more up. They're defending this level hard. Potential absorption. Nearly wants me to push long. Absorption. A little bit of buying going on here. Not too sure if I want to do what I want to do here. Looks good though. Bro, did I just click 0.2 seconds too late? My God. Okay. Happens. Overall, still looking for shorts though. This was just setting up kind of beautifully. Hitting that level. It closes above. They're pushing it hard. It's able to, closing back above. Buyer stepping in. Yeah, the risk is managed easily visually. Yeah. But then again, everything under that 700 level for me is kind of super heavy. This long just made a lot of sense. Big candles though. It's a 50-point up candle. Maybe go a little bit further. Dude, my CVD went off screen. Jesus. Spotting some exhaustion would be nice. Yeah, this crazy CVD. Crazy. But I think overall, the narrative, the level makes more sense to keep that side of the trade, even though the CVD is that bullish. It's way too volatile to catch a bottom. Way too volatile. Here too, like if you want to go short, wait for this structure. Where do you put your stop? Let's say you go short 650s. You gotta use a 50-point stop. Like I'll do it. It's 2 micros. It's like 240 bucks. And that's very tight if I'm honest. It's just gonna melt. Yeah, my 30-point stops from yesterday definitely didn't make sense. I'm happy to broaden my spectrum of stop losses. happy to do so. I just need to get focused on the bigger picture, the zones, the structure. The 1 minute is good for the snipe, but that should be it. I get too attached to how that thing goes up and down sometimes. I think it's the ego. I don't know. But yeah, bouncing here on that buy level. Do I really want to see a retrace? Because this is the thing. For example, yes, there's continuation place to be made here, and it makes a lot of sense. But if I'm here, I'm not going to trust price. I'm not going to give price the room to retest that level and put my stop here. That doesn't make sense. So that's when I start fiddling too much with my stop. So as in trades as today on that level, you go long, obviously price goes in your favor like fairly quick. But trading around those levels, that's what's key for me. If I don't do that, if I did what I did yesterday upon open, even though it's at those levels, there's things I need to see to go long and short. I wasn't doing that. What are you doing? Gambling. Yes, gambling. Professional gambler. Don't know what to do here, dude. Get at the lows. There was a pullback. Was there? I was waiting for manipulation of that swing. It's for price to close below the most bullish candle above here and then go short. There's a case to be made for price to close below, but that was still kind of bullish. Yeah, candles are just not easy to trade. Too much patience. You get like the freaking 70-point candle. They're just not able to wait for a rebalance or a retest of that level, which I do like to trade from. The puck is up. Okay. What's the current session doing? Let's see. Let's find out. So from a session point of view, I like to look at, as you know, aggression. Current POC on the volume profile is the most aggressive buying point. So everything under that level is looking spooky. $650. Yeah. A shorter view of volume, meaning just going back in time, let's just make it closer. Is that what you mean? Or probably something like this. Current low here, and then to the high of current swing, something like that, sir. Stay trader, all right, it's cool. potato, they're all the same. This is just a little bit more granular with the delta on the side. I don't know if C-Trader has that. I really like that view of delta at the side of the profiles. Game changer. Dude, look at how these candles are moving. 630, dude. Oh, that's cool, man. That's cool. If you're in the Discord, should drop a picture of it. I want to see it. So basically the same way I do my overnight sessions, I do the same thing. I mark out the aggression on top, mark out the aggression on the bottom. And you get a nice range. So as it stands, above bullish, below bearish, in between, chop city. Chop city with your 440 point average 1 minute candle. It's funny because this range looks tiny, but this is freaking 150 points. This is 150 points. An automatic wall in the middle of bear fair value gap and won't punch more up. Like just the 50% level of the midpoint of a fair value gap. That's what you mean. So from the overnight profile perspective, losing that extreme, selling off from that extreme, yeah, don't want to long it. Sell model. Look at the wicks. .40 wicks. Let's put on some VWAPs. Basically rejected Sessions VWAP hard. Very likely to dump. Or get bought up. Basically has to melt, reject, retest. I mean, the short squeeze also is a play. Yesterday's short squeeze was insane. Also super hungry. I think I just might order out for today. Sounds like a plan, isn't it? CVD is just still killing it. Which makes me think this is going to resolve up and go from there. I do not want to do business here. Break and retest, same as on the bottom, might be a thing if it allows it with a decent stop, like a normal stop, or some aggression to manage the trade. We'll see. In the meantime, I'm picking a pizza. Pepperoni, quattro stagioni. What you pick? Dude, things want this to looks like it wants to explode. Gotta be quicker with my pizza. A large quattro stagioni, pretty please. 20 euros. A large quattro stagione coming up. All right, let's see if we can get some resolution. Anyone still trading this? Because I don't see it. I don't feel it. I don't see it. Pretty happy with my long. It's the case to be made for a flip. Then again, trading back above that failure low. This was looking good on an overnight perspective. Just didn't, I was anticipating a move back towards that POC for sure. Not expecting a to the tick rejection of value. What if this made sense? Let's see. Definitely not on a 30-point stop. $60-point stop. 60-point stop. Look how tight. Would have worked out though. Would have worked out. I need a bathroom break. Real quick. Be right back. Still nothing, huh? This is a break and retest to the opposite side. CVD is still strong. Now. There's a case to be made for a flip. If I can get a normal candle, I want to go along. Okay. I don't want to go shorts after a 300-point dump without any real pullbacks. I mean, there's like a pullback here, but then again, price is accumulating, distributing. In theory, in my opinion, it's accumulating because of the CVD. So they're buying it pretty hard here. For short, I kind of want to be up here to give me the best entry possible, or as we just saw, a break and then create some lower highs under this level for continuation. I don't want to punch short here because of the candle we just saw in a 1 minute. Basically shorting the bottom of the range. It makes sense to short the aggression, but yeah, lower. There's also a case to be made for this high volume node basically here. It's basically the one, really. There's just more buy aggression up here, which is why I like that level more. But in theory, for me, the aggression level is outside of value, which is here. And then at this moment, get a shit ton of absorption here. Buyers really aggressive pushing it, and they're just getting absorbed instantly. Do I really want to go long against something like that? There's a wall here. If that breaks, very likely to see the higher end of this value or range. Yeah, it's definitely a case to be made to buy it here. But I'd rather go for longs once we start trading above that aggression on the high side. And then potentially, if that fails, short against that move. It's kind of my game plan. I'm up 1300 bucks. No need for me to like chase it in here with the big candles. Yeah, ATR is crazy here. Also want to trust the level. If I go short here, I'm probably going to overmanage that trade because I don't trust it. I want to trust the trade. Heavy deadlifts? No more, man. I did my workout today. But pizza it will be for today. Okay, Mark. I'll see you tomorrow. You have a good rest of your day, sir. All right, let's do this as I do it in the overnight session. Value high towards low volume node. Then look for aggression on the other sides. Who ordered a 100-point candle? Nice. I think that counts as a confirmation candle, no? So this then was the manipulation, clearly absorption on the bottom, but then just a 100-point candle. How do you I think bookmap is empty. There's nothing on bookmap. Average volatility is probably around 1. Yeah, there's nothing in this book. Should have noticed that quicker yesterday using that 30-point stop. It's very noobish. think the short squeeze is going to be real if we start pushing 700s. Trade above, close above, along that level. If I get the chance to do so. This is that sell aggression level. Close below, no long. Thank you very much. Oh, really? Seller stepping in. It's not the ideal way of entering trades. Right. All right. Getting more interested though. Above this level, longs only, low, short. Trying to anticipate the move. The best trading days of the week, Monday till Friday. There's really no favorite day of trading. I think Wednesday is the most favorite one. Wednesday and Thursday, Tuesday. But I do like them all. Still strong above here though. Shit that I'm buying, resulting in this accumulation to the upside. So above this level, it's super, super strong. These candles, dude. It's like freaking huge. That's fine. I think it's time for me to eat the pizza. Clear bars in control here right now. CVD, range, accumulation, loss manipulation on the downside here. Huge candles. Moving above that value high from that level, that aggression from that level, breaking retested the level. Basically all longs. Basically all longs. But on a higher time frame, I do kind of like it. This area to like short it again. Yeah, I think it's been good for today. It's a good session. Sad that price just basically just dropped without any pullbacks and it just started chopping around violently. Very hard to trade. Very hard to trade. Not easy. This is one of the most hardest parts about trading the Nasdaq. Is when the volatility kicks in. Gotta be careful. All right, friends. I think I'll see everyone tomorrow for the live stream. Tomorrow I'll be on a little bit earlier to do market prep, talk trades, see what's up. So be there. See you guys tomorrow. Peace.